that that brings together people managers, business leaders, HR professionals, entrepreneurs, and students. This is to promote excellence through people in individuals, organizations, and society at large through our guiding principles of connect, learn, and grow. The GHRC, as it is popularly called, has been founded by Dr. S.V. Nathan, who is the ex-CHRO of Deloitte India, Sri Ramesh Ranjan, who is the ex-CHRO of Schneider Electric India, and Shrikant Arimanitaya, who is the ex-CHRO and Global Head of EY Delivery. In a short span of 8 months, we have almost around 1,800 members, and we have enlisted Britannia, Machani Group, Westcorp, TE Connectivity, Natural Remedies, iValue, Carlon, and Higher Gain as our corporate members. We have recently been honored with India 5000 Top MSME Awards. We are ranked among the top 10 HR communities in the world by LinkedIn. We are proud to have a thriving community of 6,000 plus followers on LinkedIn. This reflects our global impact and influence. And with this, GHRC has cemented its position as a leader in the HR space. Now, when it comes to the platform, we have the guiding principles of discover, connect, learn, grow, and contribute. So the first thing is discover. Even before you connect to anyone, you discover what is your potential, what is your personality, what is your type of personality. And for that, we have more than 50 self-assessment tools and cutting-edge insights to uncover your potential and thrive in people management and leadership. Once you discover yourself, you connect with more than 1,750 plus professionals globally to build meaningful relationships, to access mentorship, and collaborate on impactful initiatives. After you connect, one of the most important aspects of professional growth is learning. And for that, we have around more than 1.5 lakh courses and 25 curated courses across 1,800 skills to upskill yourself. And you can have access to a vast library of resources for lifelong learning and career progression. Along with learn, you also grow. And for that, we have a job board, we have gamification features, and we have opportunities to participate in exclusive events and workshops. One of the most important aspects of professional growth is to contribute back to the society as well. For that, you can share your expertise, you can do mentoring, you can engage in community driven initiatives that drive positive impact and innovation. Now, before we proceed, let me have my colleague Ritika to play a short introductory video by our founder and CEO, Sri Ramesh Ranjan. Ritika?
Is
Audio
it
is not
audible?
audible.
Oh,
It's
Our
not audible.
assessments guide you to lead more effectively.
is it better now?
A little louder, please.
Yes, it is.
Go on, Ritika.
In connects thought leaders and innovators. Through our platform, you can build lasting relationships, equal digital community platform for people managers. At G, learn and grow. Through meaningful connections, continuous learning, and opportunities for growth, we support people managers worldwide in making an impact within their organizations. Under Discover, GHRC offers personalized assessments to help you answer the question, who am I? Our assessments guide you toward a deeper understanding of your strengths, areas for growth, and how you can lead more effectively. In Connect, GHRC brings together a global network of people managers, thought leaders, and innovators. Through our platform, you can build lasting relationships, exchange ideas, and collaborate with peers. In Learn, GHRC provides access to the GHRC Academy and a comprehensive upskilling platform featuring 1,800 plus skills and 150,000 courses across all domains. GHRC supports your journey to grow through our job and internship opportunities, vibrant forums, and engaging gamification features. Connect with peers, explore new roles, and earn rewards while advancing your career and achieving your goals. With Contribute, GHRC enables you to give back and make an impact. Engage in collaborative research, participate in hackathons, and share your expertise through coaching and mentorship. Let's hear what our community members say about us.
If you want to go fast, go alone. But if you want to go far, go together. So, this is the essence of the GHRC, Global HR Community.
We have been a part of GHRC for a while, and it's a vibrant community of like-minded professionals, practitioners. So it's been great to be a part of this journey for the past couple of months, and looking forward to learning and sharing, having a story of growth with GHRC. Yeah.
I'm really grateful and thankful to be a part of this community. So, unlike many communities I've seen, one thing that really caught my attention here is like, you talk about being a good human being, you talk about people first, and everything else follows from that.
So I feel GHRC is the right community and right platform for everyone to explore further, beyond you, so that you can learn and grow within the organization or within as an individual you grow personally. So that's what I see GHRC.
So, why should you join GHRC? As a member, you gain access to a global network of people managers, comprehensive assessments, cutting-edge resources in the GHRC Academy, job and internship listings, an active community, and opportunities to contribute through research and mentorship. GHRC is designed to support your career journey at every step. Join the global HR community today and take the next step in your leadership journey. Together, we're transforming people management worldwide.
Thank you, Ritika. That was a detailed video of what all GHSC has to offer and the testimonials from few members of the community. Now let me hand over to Shweta. Shweta, over to you.
Hi everyone, this is Shweta from Global HR Community. I take care of operations and sales. So I welcome you all to this short networking initiative which we have started as a standard practice for our online events. So every member will be, we will follow the names of each member here. So every member will be given a minute to introduce about themselves to one another. So what you can do is, you can drop your details in the chat box. So after the session, all the data will be compiled and shared to you over the email. So we can start from Anand. Can you start?
Yeah, sure, Shweta. I couldn't hear you that properly. You were asking us to introduce, right, Shweta?
The people who are introducing themselves can turn on their video.
Video. Okay, okay.
Please
Shweta,
turn on
your
your
voice is a
video
little low.
and introduce yourself.
Yeah, Anand, she was actually telling that we will be introducing each other here. And
Yeah.
yeah, you have to just introduce yourself. So, it's a
Okay.
networking event here.
Sure, sure. Some issues with my video settings. Bear with me. I'll probably
It's
go
been
without
Shri
the.
Krishna effect from a long time now.
Yeah, I know. I fixed it again. It's coming back. Not sure what the issue is. I'll definitely deal with it offline. Uh, so I'll introduce myself. My name is Anand Vatukat, and I currently work for EY. For around 2 years, I've been associated with EY. Totally have around 20 years of experience working with companies like EY, GDS, Swiss Re, and AIG. More from the financial reporting professional background. I manage an account with EY that deals with US GAAP and IFRS based financial reporting for insurance sector. Um, I've been a part of GHRC from right from the inception of it. Enjoying this journey, learning a lot from such kind of sessions that you all put together. Really thank you all for facilitating it. That's about me. We can go around to hear from others as well. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, Anand. Please
Hi,
turn on your videos and introduce yourself.
Hello, good morning. I am Ashok Deshpande from Nashik. I am
Good
a retired
morning.
multinational company senior executive from GlaxoSmithKline, worked for 37
participants
years.
can come forward and
And last 20 years, I am also running my own organization called Center of Excellence. Presently, I am a chairman of ISTD chapter of Nashik, Indian Society for Training and Development. We have a chapter at Nashik having 130 life members. I am leading that chapter for last
Deepak
7
Belwal.
years. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Ashok.
Hi, good morning, everyone. Thank you, GSRC, for setting this up. I'm happy to be here and so nice meeting you all. I'm joining in from Gujarat. My name is Deepak Belwal. By profession, I'm a consultant, and apart from my profession, I'm a coach, a digital coach. So I'm building up my coaching pipeline and a community. So I want to start something of my own. So I'm working on that, learning platforms and learning softwares to build my coaching community. And I'm looking forward to the session to understand. Like I think that's what I am. So very excited to learn and to grow. And again, happy to meet you all. Thank you.
Thank you, Deepak.
Thank you, Deepak. I request everybody to, drop your name, contact number, or your email ID in the chat box. So in case anybody is interested in collaborating with you guys, they can reach out to you directly. These chats will be, these contacts will be later shared with you through mail or something. Yeah.
Hi everyone, good morning. My name is Anand Sridhar, and I am an ex-banker. I worked with Axis Bank for close to 17 years, out of which 15 years has been in sales at various levels. Since 2018, I've been an independent trainer where I train a lot of organizations in the banking and financial services space, as well as outside of the BFSI space, where I focus on selling skills, behavioral skills, soft skills, leadership, and so on and so forth. This is my first experience with GHRC, and actually, my wife sent this link to me. The headline was quite catchy, and so I am here in the session and hope to network and collaborate for a mutually beneficial relationship. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Anand. Anyone else?
Amandeep Kaur.
Hi, this is Omzi. Maybe I'll go next.
Hi, Omri. Please go on.
I won't be able to switch on the video again due to technical reasons.
Sure, no problem.
So bear with me. I'm an HR and culture professional, and I'm based in Delhi with a prolific experience of about 15 years now into the industry. And my core has been to connect people with their passion and purpose at work. And on those lines, I have been currently committed to expand my professional journey. And this is where the initiative follows on the similar lines towards becoming better and better together. And that's about me. Thank you.
Thanks, Omzi. Next, anyone, please?
Hi, Ashwat. Good morning, all. I'm Vikram.
Good morning, Vikram.
I'm traveling and I can't put my thing on, my
Okay.
video, but I can speak. So I'm a leader who leads people, culture, and technology, creating business transformation across organizations, such like Cisco and Kony and such. About 3 decades of experience in HR and technology. And I've read this book on I Make It, I Think It, I Make It. It was quite interesting. So I've been with GHRC since the start. So looking forward to this session.
Surely. Thank you. Anyone else?
You can call out names, Ashwath.
James, Surojit, Amandeep Kaur, Dhaval Shah.
Hi, good morning. My name is James.
Good morning, James. Please go
Sorry,
ahead.
I am riding, so that's why I can't switch on my camera because it's connected to my Bluetooth helmet.
All right,
Good
sure.
morning. Good morning, all. My name is James, and I'm from a company called Ethnos. We train the young graduates, engineering graduates across India, close to 300 colleges, 9 lakh students per year, and we train on the technological skills on every new emerging tech. Starts from AWS Cloud, Salesforce, your Adobe, and I closely work with government initiatives across Karnataka, Tamil Nadu, Andhra, Telangana, and I've been the vice president of sales and marketing.
Okay.
And I am also, I think, one of the member from the inception of GHRC. I've been in touch. So this has been a great experience to me, connected online and offline. So nice to meet you all. Sorry, my traveling to work back.
Okay.
Thanks.
Thank you, James.
Thank you.
Double, why don't you introduce yourself?
Raju,
Hello.
Sunita. Oh, please go on.
Hi. Hi, my name is Sunita Gangadharan, and I'm currently heading a company called STP Investment Services. It's a US-based fintech firm, and I have about 25 years of experience in HR. I have worked in quite a few big MNCs before I joined the startup company here. My predominant focus is on technology transformation, culture transformation, and overall employee engagement. I'm looking forward for this session. I just got this information and I joined in, so I'm really keen to look forward for seeing what's in store today. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Sunita. Dhaval Shah. Dhaval Shah, can you please introduce yourself?
He unmuted himself. I think there is some issue with the microphone of his.
Okay. Tanvi, Raju, we have Livesh, Lakshmi, Shalini,
You mean Lakshmi M?
Lakshmi M.
Yeah. Hi. I will be hosting the webinar today.
Okay, sorry.
Yeah. So Ritika will.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Anyone else? Shubha, good morning.
Good morning to all of you. Hi. Why is it so silent today? Nobody's coming forward to talk.
We already had
Amandeep has introduced herself.
No.
No?
Yet.
Anand, I'm sure he would have spoken.
Yeah, we had Anand speak, Omzi speak,
Okay.
and a couple of other people.
Okay, great.
Yes.
So I was the first victim.
As always, huh?
As always.
Viraya had spoken. Viraya.
Viraya has not spoken yet. And
No?
Amandeep, she's telling she's traveling and won't be able to.
Oh, okay. Not an issue.
Namaskar, madam. Hi, ma'am. Good morning.
Good morning.
My name is Viraya.
Viraya.
I'm
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm working on a private company, the public sector and the grant accountant.
Okay.
I was working in the admin team,
Hmm.
admin and so whatever the billing, whatever is that one. But I'm looking for change HR field.
Okay.
That's why I joined recently. I joined October,
Okay. Yeah, yeah, we
and
know.
as of
Yes.
now, yeah, and I know some whatever skills is there. I'll learning some little bit now.
Hmm. Hmm.
I'll whatever webinar is there, I will also join.
Sure.
Yes,
Be
ma'am.
you do be. I mean, it's for everybody that I say that please do join all these webinars, because the
Yes.
first part of the webinar, of course, we'll be having a little introduction of who wants to be a part of the community and they want to connect with the other people and all. And it's a good opportunity for people to know one another. We don't know who wants what kind of resources, right? So once when
Yes,
you
yes.
introduce yourself or somebody does that, then obviously there's a good chance for connectivity. We will be conducting physical events as well, but in most of the webinars, we're planning to have a networking session, the first few minutes at least, so that the people get to know each other. So that's why we say, please come forward and do. And Ashwath, did we speak to them about the phase 2 that we're going to be doing the hackathon? And was there any detail about that also given?
We are yet to talk about that.
Yeah, yeah. Yes. So probably whenever you're free, you can tell about that as well. Probably you can go ahead and tell now only what we are planning to do. That is in
So
phase 1 and 2. What are we? Yeah.
we are planning to launch hackathon, and we have come up with a module and still on the development phase. We are planning to launch it soon. So what this hackathon is all about is across various sectors, whosoever is facing any problems, they'll put their problems forth, and this will be put across the members and general public for as a contest, as a competition, and whosoever comes up with a very good solution, the
For
best
that. Yeah.
solution, they will be selected, and even that helps people across domains to get some resolution towards their problems. So we
So
are
that's what.
we have already prepared the module, developed the module. We are planning to launch it soon. We'll keep you updated about that.
Yeah. So that's for the community that we want to convey this message. So in we would like your good participation on that as well. And secondly, on the 29th of January, that is coming this month, we are also having a workshop, which is completely an AI in HR kind of a workshop, which is going to be conducted by our own Mr. Ramesh Ranjan, our founder, and one of our members, Mr. Das Gupta. So if anybody is interested or they want to enroll their HR folks, please do get in touch with us. We've been posting this detail as well on the, our social media as well as on our groups as well. Do let us know, because for memberships, we have good rates for that. And that's one thing. And also, just like Ashwath said, that we are on phase 2, we are going to be having a lot of events coming up, a lot of, hackathon and other things coming up. Do please be very active. Plus, there's also going to be a very mega event which is going to happen on the 9th, 10th, 11th, and 12th. About that as well, we had posted on our platform. This is an event which is conducted by EO, Entrepreneurship Organization, and it's called RIE. It's a regional event. And once again, we have very big speakers coming up there, like Mr. Sachin Pilot and, Mr. Chidambaram and so on. And the booths are going to be allotted. It's basically, we are not organizing it. We are a part of it. So anybody who's interested, or you have some companies to refer to us, let us know. For a 4 days, it's about 25 lakhs, I think, for the booth, which is getting offered for 10 lakhs during the time of the because I mean, if you're a GHRC member, you get that gold membership offer as well. So keep us posted on that as well. And please be very active. One more time, we always insist on that. Please be very active on the portal. And I think we should start off with Lakshmi without much delay. We've got a very lovely event coming up now. So we'll move forward to Lakshmi. Unless somebody has got some query or somebody wants to say something, you're free to do that. Otherwise, we move on to Ritika.
Hi, good morning, everybody. Welcome to today's webinar. I think, therefore, I am. We are honored to have Lakshmi Mantripragada with us today. So, she is a passionate life coach and an HR expert with over 2 decades of experience. Lakshmi's mission is to enable and empower individuals, and she is here to share her insights on how our thoughts shape our identity and success. So, let's give a warm welcome to Lakshmi as she takes us through this inspiring session. Welcome, Lakshmi.
Thank you, Ritika. Thank you for a wonderful introduction. And thank you, everyone, for taking out time on a Saturday morning. I'm just about to share my screen and let me know if you're able to see it.
Yeah.
Okay. You don't see any. Okay. So, without much ado, Ritika has already introduced, and I would jump into what the session entails and what we are going to go through today. So, a little bit about the title. I think, therefore, I am. It is all about we are all a culmination of our thoughts, how we think, what we do, and our actions are mostly what we think we are. Either we can push ourselves, propel ourselves forward, or we can remain in status quo with a change in our thoughts and with a tweak in our thoughts. So that is the idea behind this title. I think, therefore, I am. And most of the times we make it our identity, thinking, oh, I cannot dance, I cannot, present, I cannot do this, I cannot do that. There is a lot of limiting beliefs that come in. So this today we are going to explore a bit on the background of our thoughts and what a small framework that I'm going to discuss. This is the tip of the iceberg and not nothing in depth today, given the paucity of time and what we have. And my throat is a little iffy today. In case I just get into bouts of cough, excuse me. So that's a little bit about the title and about me and rules. And now coming to the framework, understanding self through ego states. So this is a concept developed by, sorry, was someone saying something? Okay, this is a concept developed by Eric Berne, by Dr. Eric Berne, who did extensive research into people behaviors and how people speak, how they interact, and what comes out of it. What would be the outcome of those interactions? So, and this is a small part of transactional analysis. There's more to it. It's a psychotherapy tool, and it's in transactional analysis. So primarily when we speak to each other, be it parent to child, an individual to the boss, employee to employee, any relationship you take, the way we speak comes from the 3 ego states: parent, adult, and child. So adult is the easiest one, which I will take up in the end. But the first one is parent and child. So parent and child, if you see, are again divided into 2 segments because there are two different personalities that would come in whenever we are dealing as a parent. And parent doesn't necessarily mean we are dealing with children and our own children. Even at workplace or any other place, we can show up as a parent. So how that goes is, in parent, there are again divided into 2: nurturing parent and critical parent. Nurturing parent is somebody who takes care of you, who nurtures you, who is loving, helping, and very reassuring. If you apply that concept to the office space, where a manager who nurtures the team, who supports the team, who sits down and listens to the team and gives the space to bloom and blossom, that is nurturing. And critical parent is name calling, yelling, screaming, criticizing, being very moralistic, judgmental. All of that comes in as a critical parent. And in the office space, if you extrapolate it, leaders who create hostile environments, who are not supportive and who are not very for the team. The vision is not set right. It is there is confusion in what one has to do, and name calling, blaming each other. Survival becomes the ultimate part in this. So this is one ego state. I'm explaining in very simple terms. If somebody has questions, feel free to stop me or park your questions to the end. We have put 15 minutes in the end so that we can answer everybody's question. And the child state, the next will be child state from which we speak and when we respond. Again, there are two types of child states. One is adaptive, which and one is free child. Adaptive is somebody who is trained to be obedient. Most of the time, we hesitate to speak. We think twice. There is self-doubt that goes in, very compliant, passive, and complaining most of the times because they have to adapt to the situations which they are not very comfortable with. They are not very they're not very internally aligned to execute a certain task or to work on a certain area, etc. And free child would be curious, energetic, fun loving, spontaneous. And a free child can also be, to give you an example, in a social gathering, if we go, let us say a child sits in a corner and starts belching loudly, you know, free child. There are no reservations or there is no hesitation in what they want to do. They just execute. It's also impulsive. They just execute what is in their mind. Clear so far, parent and child? Okay. And then comes the adult. This is the best state to be in, very ideal state in or by all means. In individuals, homes, families, states, countries, everybody, if they are in this state, we will be in a very ideal world where the response is in the here and now. We look at data, we look at what is, we are very objective in that state, and we speak in a rational and objective manner. And while in this adult state, a certain amount of nurturing and a certain amount of free child also comes in. So in the adult state, this is in Eric Bern's language, this is called complementary transactions. Complementary transactions are nothing but what we speak. Just before we started the call, we said what made you smile, and each of you responded. That's a complementary transaction, which means there is I ask a question and there is a response. And Vikram might know while taking his pets for a walk and all, wherein he can see people and say hi, and they respond as a hi. That is a complementary transaction, adult to adult. So these are the three states that we operate from primarily. And I would also give you examples of what happens in these states and what happens when a conflict arises. But pausing for a moment to see if there are any questions or clarifications required so far.
Lakshmi, how do we, this is Anand, how do we differentiate between adapted child and free child?
So adaptive child is somebody who is compliant, who is very obedient. They don't question hierarchy. They don't question authority. Even if they want to question, they try to subdue their feelings, and there will be a self-doubt, hesitation, pulling themselves back time and again. It's not a free flow. Very compliant and passive.
Got it. Thank you.
Okay. Yeah, now moving on. If any of you have, you can share or I can bring in one, but it'll be good if it is interactive. Have you witnessed or experienced a conflict as a leader? I mean, you can choose any of the three pillars: leader, team member, or parent, whichever role suits you, and you can bring that example. So, and then we can discuss on what it is. It can be a conflict, an interaction, it can be anything. Just a story. And please remember the group, this will be a confidential discussion, and whatever is shared in this room has to remain in this room. Okay, no examples from the audience.
Lakshmi, can you reframe this question again? Just trying to understand what exactly.
Okay, so now we have understood the framework of PAC, parent, adult,
Yes.
and child,
Yes.
right? Now we will discuss a scenario where we could have had a conflict, or you can also describe your morning experience in the PTM, how you have interacted with the teacher. Right? Any experience where you have spoken to two individuals. I have mentioned conflict here because if there is a conflict that you are facing, we can put it within the framework of PAC and slice and dice it for our better understanding. Is it
Like
clear
that,
now?
Yeah.
Okay. Again, looking at it objectively as an adult, right? One more example I can give as a from the
Yet many would like to connect with you. I think Nashik is asking for your number as well. So we will provide Lakshmi's number
yeah,
and the
that we
details
can
also.
do later.
Yeah.
So now, nothing related to this, right?
No, not as yet.
Okay, so I'll give you a team member example. We did as a parent, we did the leader. And
Yes.
team member I will do. Let us say you are doing a promotion discussion, for example. And ideal promotion discussion we don't have to talk about, where they go for with the data, an outcome in mind, they work backwards and everything, and we are good with it. But then if we have to think there is a conflict, so in that conflict, for a promotion, what happens is the boss will say with an accusing tone, sorry, last year your work was not right, you have done many mistakes, and it's not acceptable, so hence we will be stopping your promotion. While the team member thinks, I did a good job, I deserve the promotion and the salary and the hike. Where is this coming from? It's a surprise, right? So that's a conflict where it starts. One is, the tone. Again, critical parent. If you start observing, you will be able to understand these states and then respond accordingly. That is the reason this framework is being shared with you. When you respond, when you know what state they are in and how you have to respond, you will be at you'll not be at loggerheads. You will start, coming midway and then working at a win-win solution. So that's what happens. Now the team member will say, okay, this is a surprise to me. Sorry, I cannot accept this. He is being a free child, is not being obedient or compliant. So there will be another set of people who will say, who cannot say anything. And then they will be very obedient or passive, saying, oh, is this what it is? And with one mistake, I'll not get it. What happens to my entire year of work? But this will not be put across to the manager. It will be inside their head, causing them anxiety and worry and, a lot of other things. So now, if that adaptive child has to raise up to this occasion and talk to the manager, one, they will have to plan the outcome they want from the discussion. In this promotion discussion, if outcome is what they are wanting to outcome, start working backwards, right? Promotion by March 2025, whatever. And then what will give them that promotion? What errors happened? And how they would like to have this discussion. And in the one is they are taking an adult approach of, looking at the data, being objective, and then working towards it. And the second is they will be able to confront the critical parent by, changing between the adaptive child and free child, and then critical parent, and then nurturing parent. Critical might not become nurturing easily, but that happens, and then you can have your discussion accordingly with your manager, and then go towards the outcome you want. So that is from the team member standpoint. Now we have looked at the activities from different people. Now I'm asking the crowd, asking the audience, would you like to go to the breakout room, discuss a scenario for themselves, and come back to the main room for a discussion? Or do you think we should discuss something in the main room and then do a debrief as well here
Yeah, that'll be better, no?
in the main room?
That'll be better. What say, Ritika?
Yeah, main room.
Acha, main room. Another voice also said main room. Okay. So now we also looked at how we have identified ego states, right? I'll give you another example before we deep dive into this. Let us say we are driving a car, right? I don't know how many of you are in Bangalore, but Bangalore is notorious for traffic. It's so much that just taking the car out gives me a meltdown. It's that bad. So now, when we go in a car, you see that you're going in a sane one lane, and then um, uh, uh, traffic is smooth flowing and all of that, and no conflict at all. And then everything is fine. You're in an adult state. So now you go a little further, and then there is a guy who cuts you down from the left and goes to the right somewhere unexpectedly. What will be your reaction? I see Ashwat smiling.
Yeah.
Ashwat, you can share.
Immediately we have to, at least we'll murmur something to ourselves.
Right?
Or we will show hands.
The common public starts abusing.
Sorry?
As a common public, you start abusing.
Yeah, abusing, right? So that is critical parent and his beliefs of what the hell is happening here? What kind of a driving is that? All of this comes in. So your ego state, you see, you can observe in that point. You are flared up, and then anger, then criticize your free child, and your critical parent comes in, and you try to abuse. And then after that is done, you again start going smoothly. And then, in a parking space, you find no parking. You try to put the car there, struggle a bit, again, your instincts start working on data processing of how much space, forward, backward, all of that. So you see, just in a car incident, we have a parent playing in, we have a child playing in, and we have an adult playing in. All three states. In an interaction, we have, all three states keep going on, they keep toggling, and we need all the three states to balance us. There's no, and people, please remember, there is no right or wrong here. There is no right or wrong, and that is how we are wired. Please don't change anything about yourself, or please don't be extra critical about anything. And second thing is, please don't observe and notify anybody of these states outside of this session. It will not be taken easily. People will come back to you with a critical parent state. So please don't do that. And it is only for your observation. Unless you work on yourself extensively and understand what behaviors you're displaying, please don't. Your first experiment is you. Only then it is the next person. It is for you to understand yourself and improve your interpersonal and communication skills. Right? So another conflict that I can share in this main room is micromanagement. So now I will put a question to this group. When a leader micromanages, you must have heard of the saying that, a company's bottom line is impacted with the mood of a leader. Have you heard of that?
Yeah.
Yeah, it is true. There are certain leaders who create a very hostile environment. So what happens in that hostile environment, in that micromanagement is team members will not know how to respond. I I'll give you a funny scenario. I once went to a corporate jewelry store. I was sitting at the cash counter while things were getting done. And I wanted to talk to the person there. And I said, see, I'm observing some of the employees here are with a different color sari, while a few are with one color. And so then they said, no, no, they are interns, and that's why they still didn't get the uniform. And he was explaining all the who has what kind of shirt, what kind of badges, what kind of differentiators, what kind of tie, everything. So much of hierarchy in that little store itself. And then he started asking me, what do you do? I said, see, I work as a leadership coach. He didn't understand much. HR consultant and leadership coach. Then he said, what do they do? I said, see, if so, then for him to understand, I said, see, in corporates and all, there might be some workshops that are required, and I go there and do that work. If, for example, if a leader has to work closely with his team member and all of that. So his immediate next question was, what do you think of micromanagement? There you go. He's giving away the story of the organization. And then now, if my next thing is a leader micromanages. That's how employees feel. I'm a stranger sitting there for 10 minutes. One is stranger, second is customer, right? And he's giving the face of the company to the customer, which means he's frustrated at some level. And apart inside the organization, adaptive child is playing for him because he has to work within the confines of the system. And for whatever reasons, we cannot say, sorry, I will not work anymore and walk off. So he's working within the confines of the system, which is an adaptive child. And when he sees me, he saw an outlet and he is discussing with me, which is a free child. He's being spontaneous and impulsive without knowing the repercussions or anything. There's no right or wrong here. Each of it has its own advantages and disadvantages. Both states. Any state has its own advantages and disadvantages, and that is how we are wired. You don't have to change anything. That is what we are, right? So that is what it is. And then, going back to that statement, the leader's mood impacts the productivity of the team because they will not know whether to say yes or no in a scenario. What do I say? Do I say a yes? Do I say a no? How will her reaction be? It will always be to pacify the leader and to ensure that the leader is doing really good and they are good in the eyes of the leader more than focusing on the work, right? So that is one conflict management. If a leader is micromanaging, it means the leader is coming from the state of a critical parent. You don't have to think twice. It is a critical parent, right? No doubt about it. And whereas there are some managers who are very nice and sweet and helping the team member, they'll start networking within themselves. They'll start working with the team, and they'll see how the team can grow. What can they do more for the team? How can they reward, etc. This is nurturing parent. The team leader is being a nurturing parent. So how we grow up, how we are groomed, what are our values and beliefs, everything plays into the adulthood as well. Like I said, we are not one dimension. Whatever we are as a young child plays into the adulthood. Don't think that year is over and we don't have to do anything and we don't have to work on that. Somewhere or the other, it will play. There are a lot, an extreme example is alcoholics, for example. They would like to have, when they drink and when they lose that sense of self, they gain a certain power in that act. Yeah, the addiction is power. They get power, right? They can say anything, they can do anything, nobody will stop. That's why people are addicted to that. Otherwise, in all sane world, you wouldn't want to drink every day and get sloshed somewhere. So if somebody is getting into that stage, one is they get a sense of power in that, which means that is a subdued need for them. So they will have to go and work on it. It will not be addressed just by knowledge and just by few attending a few sessions and all. But you will have to sit down and act like an adult, face the vulnerability, get out of your comfort zone, all of that, and then work through it. That is how it gets addressed. So, a few scenarios that I have explained. Now, we will also see how these ego states play in when you are being a leader, when you have to work on actual conflict management and during negotiation. I don't think we'll have time to do a role play, but we will see. We are at 11:30. So, so now I'll start with negotiation because leadership and conflict I have touched upon a bit earlier. So, in negotiation, when you go, take your promotion discussion itself because that is what people can relate to very easily. I see there are consultants and others as well. So, as a consultant, when you go to speak to a client, that could be a scenario. As an employee, when you go to talk to your manager about the effort you have put in and what you need next, or an expansion of the role. Various scenarios in negotiation. Our day starts with negotiation, and people who have children, it's an everyday thing, right? Right? You want this, you don't want this, you want that, you don't want this, and all. But in serious scenarios, what happens is we first start with what will the other person think, right? Sometimes we are very confident if we know the game very well and all of that, we go in a very confident manner. But otherwise, you start with feeling anxious. Oh, how will it go? What will happen? What do I have to do, etc. So so when you do that, your dominant state will be feeling flustered, right? You are criticizing yourself. Your critical parent is playing. When I say critical parent, it's also voices of parents. The reason why they say critical parent is because as and when we are growing up, we try to there are certain repeated statements we hear from parents. Don't do this, don't do that, sit down, sit there, sit like a lady. The other day I saw a cartoon, Nancy, I think. From the stairs, she comes on that balustrade, the railing. She will be I think she sits on either side and she'll be sliding from that. And her mother says, Nancy, that's not right. Go up and walk like a lady and come down. So she will go up. Then she will change the direction of her sliding down from that railing and she will still slide down. I really loved that cartoon. Huh? Very, very fragile. But in the real world, parents tend to enforce it a tad bit too much. Um, may not be for us or may not be for you, the previous generation. And generationally, things keep getting handed down. So, and this criticism goes on. Sit properly, eat properly, comb your hair, wash your hair, brush your teeth. Simple things. Study well, study sciences, study a lot of things, right? So this is generational. If you observe, your grandmother will be like that, your mother will be like that, you will be acting like that. At one point, I have observed, I mean, after working through these self-awareness and everything, I even thought like my mother in certain scenarios, right? The exact thoughts, the exact what they want to do. Unless you become self-aware, you know what state you are working from, you know what you want, and you break that state. You choose to break that, right? There was a client who came up once and said, see, my father, I have a habit of throwing things. That's how the client started. And then we explored because it was getting very unpleasant and nagging, and children were facing the brunt, and she wanted to work on it. And then we started exploring and realized towards after some time that her father used to throw things, impulsive, aggressive, and throw. And that is what she got. And if she hadn't realized and she hadn't worked on it, then it will continue to the next generation as well. That point of do as I say, but not as I do doesn't work. We all model our adults and our caregivers, our authority figures, be it speaking, be it acting, be it working, anything. So we have to be conscious on where we are operating from. Now, coming back to the negotiation and anxiety, when we are anxious and when we are trying to do, we keep getting we keep getting confused, and that critical parent keeps playing in our head. Critical parent and adaptive child. It keeps playing in our head, saying, "Oh, how will I do this? Can I do this? Maybe I cannot do this." And I have not done this earlier. How is this going to happen? Now, what do I have to face this? Do I have to face this unpleasant discussion? All this will go on. So now, if you take a step back and look at it objectively, okay, I have a deal to crack here, right? So now, if for me to crack this deal, what do I need for me? In a promotion, you need the data for the year saying, this is what I have worked on, I have put efforts this way, and this is the impact I made. Objective, there is no emotion involved here. And one more important piece is in a negotiation, emotion cannot be involved, right? And you can never say, oh, I love this client. And then if I just say that, I will get a project. I love my boss a lot because he helps me, and he's a nurturing parent kind of a thing. And hence he will hear to what I said. It might be very different in the actual discussion room. So you have to be very careful on how you are reading the other person as well. Even if you don't read the other person, if you look at yourself very clearly of what is to be done and what outcome do you want from this discussion, then you can put your adult hat on and your data points objectively. Clear so far? Yeah. So in negotiation, before we go, so what I do is I look at the market. I look at the market, I do research, and then I say, okay, what is it that I want? Yesterday, I was listening to a video. I think she's some celebrity. So she says, I will never change my price for anything, right? Be it if I say $10 an hour, come what may, I will charge $10. And then the interviewer was asking her, what if you don't get any projects? What if you want to feed your children, you pay your rents, pay your bills, and all of that? While he was asking the question itself, it has occurred, and luckily she also mentioned the same. She said, you are not addressing the root cause. The root cause is not paying bills and paying money or paying whatever. It is charging for your value. What are you worth? Right? First of all, understand that. What are you worth it? And then you go to the table and say, this is what I need. And if you're not giving me this, I'm not working on. Paying bills and all that, we will figure out. We will see how we can do it. But then you cannot do it, you cannot get down your price. Even Michelle Obama in her book Becoming, She said, if you don't define yourself, someone else will define you. So now in this situation or context, if you don't define what you want, someone else will say, okay, this is what it is. When she joined an NGO to work with them at a leadership position, she said, this is my price. If you want me, you see how to get that price. I'm not going to work on it. Very adult to adult, right? That thinking. There is no mincing words. There is no, looking into the stars and hoping that people will understand. Adaptive child. Free child again is impulsive, saying, okay, this is what it is. You give, take it or leave it. Being very aggressive or, rebellious or, just taking spontaneous decision, which might not suit our situation. So that's one. And then not even getting into the critical state, just staying at the adult and not getting into any of this. So first define our worth and what are we capable of. And then go to the negotiation table with whatever state you would like to be in. And you say, this is what I need. My outcome is this, and this is how I will work for it, and this is how I will communicate it with you. Right? So that is what happens on a negotiation table. One more example I can give is salesmen. Usually when they go to a company, they get appointment in the morning. And they say, yes, I'm ready for you. And early morning, fresh. They go with a fresh mind and they have all their strategies up the sleeve and they are ready for the manager or leader or person. But then the person will not be asked to come in or meet them until 4 in the evening. No lunch, no water, no nothing. He's just waiting and waiting and waiting and waiting. Imagine what will be your state at 4 o'clock. You will not be the same as at 9, right? At that point, take a call. Do you want to go for this negotiation? Is this deal important to you? And how badly do you want this? Because only you can set your boundaries and only you can set your limitations. No one else can. So think that. And if you want to move it to another day, you see how you would like to talk to that person on moving the date, not on cracking the deal. Right? So again, so emotions will be involved in the negotiation, be it anxiety, anger, sometimes mistreatment, everything will be there. It is for you to think, how are you going to play this? Right? From which state are you going to play this? And how comfortable are you to play this? Do you need rehearsals? Do you need do you need a sounding board to work this on? What else would you need? Right? All that is required. So that is how negotiation is done. And as rightfully mentioned here, avoiding critical parent and adapted child responses. Right? You can't be submissive in a negotiation. You cannot say, yeah, please see if you can understand me and see how I can get that deal. Right? So even in your relationships, you can observe in a normal conversation, it is fine. We tend to work very amicably and we come to a consensus. But then if this is not a negotiation, but just an example of how you can observe what is happening in a person's life, right? If between a husband and a wife, if a husband says, "Where is my belt?" or "Where is my shorts?" and if the wife says, "Yeah, I think I put it in the drawer," you see my tone? Equal, adult. If I change my tone, or if a wife says and the tone comes like, uh, um, so, oh, I'll look for it, and I think it is in the drawer. Are they adult to adult? Yes, they're not adult to adult. It is critical parent and adaptive child. You see how the transaction differs? So your body language, your tone, your how you come across, your expressions, everything plays a role in this, right? So that's one example.
Yeah. So I guess we get to the end of the session today. Thanks a lot again, Lakshmi, for all your insightful interactions and explanations. We're very patient in explaining different situations as well, with coming up with your own examples also. So we really thank you a lot, and we truly appreciate your time and expertise as well. And for those who want to get in touch with Lakshmi on the feedback, we will give the details of Lakshmi as well. Please do let us know. And I think we'll call it a day today. Thanks a lot for your participation, all of you.
Yeah.
And
And
have a
just
great weekend.
one point before we
Tell me,
leave,
Lakshmi.
this is a confidential space.
Yeah.
And everybody, I would appreciate if you maintain that confidentiality. And Shubha, with the GHRC, the recording as well, see how you can preserve it.
Yeah, yeah. Yes,
There are
sure.
things that
We
have
will
been-
do a different way of promotion. We will not put the whole recording of something. I'll speak to
Yeah, yeah.
and we will do the needful.
Yes, please.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you. Happy
Thank you,
weekend.
everyone. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank
Bye-bye.
you so much, Lakshmi.
Thank
Thanks,
you,
everybody.
Ritika. Yep.